Welcome back to Houston Life. Fraud and scams are becoming a growing crisis across the country, and Texas ranks #2 for both cybercrime complaints and reported financial losses. But it's about much more than money. Victims face emotional stress, anxiety, even a loss of independence. AARP volunteer Cindy Finney knows firsthand after losing a staggering $90,000 to fraud. Cindy,
yes.
I'm sorry we're meeting under these circumstances. This all began last June, 6 weeks after your husband had passed away.
Yes.
You and your husband had been married for how long?
20 years.
So a lifetime.
Yes.
And what was the first thing that happened?
I was depressed, sad, vulnerable, and I was on the computer paying my bills. And I get a pop-up, and it looked very official from Microsoft. My computer had been running slow, so I kind of took it as this may be real. And it said to call this number, that I'd been infected with a worm, and to call this number. So I did. And the guy did some things to my computer, apparently fixed everything.
So he took control of your computer remotely.
He did.
Okay.
And then as he hung up, he said, you need to call the FTC. You need to report this to the FTC because somebody actually installed this on your computer. So I get off the thing and I go to my computer and I look up the FTC website, which is Federal Trade Commission, and submit my report. You have to do it all online. And then within an hour, I get a phone call from a gentleman who claimed to be from the FTC. So everything was falling in place. And he told me that he'd recognized my name because I was already under investigation for criminal activity, money laundering, and possible terrorist connections. I lost my mind. I was terrified.
Did it ever occur to you that this could be a scam, or you were just so concerned that you might have been, maybe your identity was stolen, someone had gotten you in trouble with the law?
Right. And they had actually sent me documents. They would send me documents quite often recapping what we went over, and they showed me the bank accounts that had been in my name, the apartments, all these things. They had all this proof.
The documents, they were mailing to you, right?
Email.
Or email. So these documents looked quite official. Do we have photos of these documents we could show our viewers? So when you get something like this, that is concerning, and you were concerned.
And with all the details, that's the thing, is the detail in these letters.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and so at what point did you realize this was a scam?
Well, unfortunately, it was too late. I had wired the money. They wanted me to wire my money. They told me that they were close to apprehending the criminals and that I needed to move my money to a U.S. recovery account, a safe account, for a couple of days. So I did. I went to my bank and I wired it. Now, I never made a wire transfer in my bank ever before. And I sent the money there to Dubai.
Oh, my gosh.
And it started feeling a little weird after that. So I decided to talk to my sister because he had told me not to talk to anybody during this whole time because it would bring them into the investigation. So I did talk to my sister, and she saw the light right away.
Wow.
She looked it up online.
And these criminals, I mean, I don't know how people sleep at night.
I don't either.
It's disgusting, right? That people would prey on seniors in a vulnerable time after losing your spouse. I mean, and here's the reality. Unfortunately, stories like yours are becoming more and more common. Seniors are targeted, very common around the country, but also right here in Texas. Earlier, I spoke with AARP Texas State Director Lisa Rodriguez about the rise in fraud cases, common scams targeting older adults, and some of the warning signs to look for. Watch this. Lisa, what are some of the biggest trends you're seeing right now, specifically targeting older adults right here in Texas?
Right. Well, what we're seeing is that the scammers are really targeting folks around an emotional situation. So there is the red flags for any type of scam is usually, particularly for older adults, it's an unexpected contact, some kind of phone call or a text message or even an email. And it's also based around an emotional opportunity, whether it's because the Spurs are winning the championship or whatever team, or because you just lost your husband, or they think because you have actually, you're concerned about your grandchildren, or you might have grandchildren. They're contacting you for something emotional. And then there's a sense of urgency. We're also seeing a dating scam. The biggest red flag, again, is that it's urgent for you to send some kind of money so that you can continue this relationship.
Wow.
Also, we're seeing a lot of scams around cryptocurrency ATMs. The scammers are using it as a way to get that funding, that money that they're requesting. There's a trend now where scammers are going into public records. They're searching, they can find out information like for folks who've missed jury duty or traffic tickets, and they're calling folks up pretending to be authority, whether that is someone who's a lawyer that can help you because you're going to get arrested soon, within hours, but they can help you. So go to the cryptocurrency ATM, deposit money, because that is the best way they could get those funds, and it's not traceable.
Lisa, before we let you go, if someone watching today thinks they may have already been targeted, or maybe they've already sent money to a scammer, what should they do right now?
They should report it. They should report it to their local authorities. They can go onto the AARP.org/Fraud Watch Network website. We have a variety of resources there. They could call us. We can help them with which authorities they should report this to. But absolutely, it needs to be on the record. Unfortunately, that you will find recourse or recapture the loss is very low. However, we are asking that folks do report, because it will save others from the same type of disastrous situation. And really, I want to applaud all victims that come forward, because this is the only way we're going to stop scammers. If we do not report, the scammers continue to win.
It's so true. Proceeding with caution before you send money to anyone, especially if it's someone you do not know. Lisa Rodriguez, State Director for AARP Texas. Thanks so much for your time. Thank you. And Cindy, you were nodding your head through this conversation with
Yes.
Lisa. Typical scam tactics.
Yes, it's just amazing how they can. It's like I was hypnotized. I always thought I could never be scammed because I'm smart. I don't, click on links and all that kind of stuff. But they just caught me at the right time, the right circumstance, and they knew how much money I had.
In a vulnerable moment. And when we look at the numbers, billions are lost.
Billions.
Every single year due to scams like these. A lot of victims are afraid to come forward. They feel embarrassed. They feel ashamed. Why did you decide, Cindy, to tell your story?
That's exactly how I felt. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I didn't want to tell anybody. And for like 6 months, I was depressed and crying all the time. One day I woke up and I said, I'm mad. I'm mad now. And so nothing can be done for me, but I can get the word out there and hopefully save somebody else from falling victim again.
And are you doing okay? You're making it okay?
I'm surviving, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate it.
I don't really have the future that I wanted, but,
Things are a little different, but you're making it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for opening up and sharing your story.
Yes.
And hopefully you've already done your work, and
Hopefully.
people their ears are perking up.
Yeah.
Got to be so mindful. So Cindy Finney, thank you again so
Thank
much.
you.
And by the way, there are a lot of bills right now that our state is trying to pass,
Yes.
legislative bills, but also federal bills. So keep an eye on that. And in the meantime, AARP has a list of free resources through their Fraud Watch network, like that confidential helpline, scam and alert warnings, prevention tools, recovery guidance, and emotional support. You can visit their website, aarp.org/local, or give them a call, 888-687-2277. Cindy, thanks again.
Thank
and
you.
Best of luck.